Hello, Year 8. This is Legacy School, and welcome to your first chapter of Unit 1. Your history this year will going to be about early modern Britain from 1509 up to 1760, and your lesson will going to be about Henry VIII and the Reformation. In this unit, we will learn about young Henry VIII and his ambitions. Also learn about war with France and study about the field of the cloth of gold. Give a brief information and biography about Thomas Wolsey. Okay, Henry VIII from 1491 up to 1547 was a king of England, king of Ireland, Prince of Wales. He was born as the second son of Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. Had 6 siblings, only 3 survived infancy. The successor should have been Arthur, his brother, not Henry, of course. He was the second monarch of the House of Tudor, famous for having been married 6 times. And as we mentioned, he was king from 1509 up to 1547. So, as we mentioned that when Henry VIII was crowned king in 1509, he was already the hero of Tudor England. He was tall and handsome. He was a tennis player, jouster, wrestler, archer, and hunter as well. And that Henry was taught by some of the greatest professors of the age and could write poetry, compose music, and speak French and Latin fluently. He was not meant to be king, but he became heir to the throne age 10 when his older brother Arthur died unexpectedly in 1502. When his father Henry VIII died, his father Henry VII died. Henry VIII inherited the throne, and straight away Henry married his dead brother's widow, Catherine of Aragon, to secure the relation between England and Spain. Catherine of Aragon was a pretty and intelligent Spanish princess. She was 6 years his senior, and Henry was 17 years old when he became king. He ruled over a magnificent court with continual entertainments and parties. So when after the coronation of Henry, as we said that Henry has an ambition to make England or to transforming England into a great European empire, and he would like to rule over Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and France as well. So, having the aid or the lead with Spain and the Holy Roman Empire, Henry invaded France in 1513, and the English army captured 2 towns and won a victory against the French at the Battle of Spurs. So, but suddenly, Henry's elite had changed their mind and decided not to invade France. This left the English army unable to advance any further, and then Henry decided to sign a peace treaty with France, securing new lands and an annual payment for England. So during the invasion of France, the Scotch King James IV, who was allied with France, took the opportunity to invade northern England with a large army of 60,000 men. And of course, that was when Henry he was away from England. Queen Catherine organized England defense against the Scots. The Scotch army was soundly beaten at the Battle of Flodden, with 1,000 killed, including the Scotch King James IV. And Catherine of Aragon organized and prepared his tonic to be sent as a gift to her husband, King Henry VIII in France. Okay, now we're going to talk about the field of cloth of gold. As we mentioned before, that the victories over the French and the Scotch in 1513 confirmed England's position as a major European power, and that Henry's dream of empire became very closer. But suddenly things didn't went well, and they took a bad turn in 1560 when France gained a new king, or had a new king. His name was Francis I. Henry, Lord Chancellor Thomas Wolsey, then persuaded him to make peace with France. Then Henry was reluctant to let go of the ambitions and his dreams, and to make peace between England and France seemed more honorable. So Thomas Wolsey organized a magnificent celebration of peace, and that was in 1520, and the Field of the Cloth of Gold was the site of the meeting between Henry VIII of England and Francis I of France. And so in 1520, the Field of Cloth of Gold was a meeting to establish peace between England and France following Henry's inventions. However, it had the opposite effect. Instead, it became an opportunity for both kings, Henry VIII and Francis I, to show off their wealth and power as well. A temporary city with palaces and over 2,000 tents was constructed for that celebration. And Henry's court used 27 ships to get to France, and tensions rose when Francis overpowered Henry to win a wrestling match. Henry invaded France once again in 1522, and he went to war with France several more times over the course of his reign. Now we need to have a brief information and biography about Thomas Wolsey. The masterminding Henry VIII's early success was a priest named Thomas Wolsey. Thomas Wolsey was the son of Biswich butcher. Wolsey rose from the humble beginnings to become the most powerful man in England, aside from the king. He was educated at the University of Oxford, and in 1494 he was ordinated a priest, and 5 years later he became chaplain to Sir Richard, who recommended him to King Henry VII, during the period 1485 up to the period of 1509. So, as we mentioned that in 1514, Wolsey became the Archbishop of York, and the following year the Pope made him a cardinal, and Henry appointed him Lord Chancellor, the King's chief advisor. Wolsey had gained complete control of England politics and the church as well. He worked tirelessly, organizing the efforts of the state so that Henry could enjoy himself. Whatever the king wanted, Wolsey or will they would delivered. So also he built himself a house beside the river Thames, Humperdinck Court. His enemy nicked him the fat maggot and began to plot his downfall. Okay, year 8. Up here we finished unit 1 or chapter 1 in unit 1. Please answer the question of this chapter. You find the pages, you find the questions at the end of this chapter. The pages of this lesson are uploaded to you. Till we meet again, see you soon and bye bye.